joking?
Somebody call a doctor quick. There's obviously something seriously wrong with her. Hi, we're Jackie and Michael, and we're exploring the rivers and canals of Britain on our 57-foot narrowboat Border Reiver. We'll show you what it's like to live day to day on a narrowboat, and we'll arrive in some beautiful places next to the water. We go and explore the areas we've moored at for the night, and we'll take you with us.
Okay, I'm just now pulling the front of the boat back in, even though we're tied really firmly. My grief, that is so strong. Let's stay at that. Oh my gosh, that's been a fire. Oh, that's a really sad sight. So we've got a boat adrift here, and I think... Morning world. Got two massive crayfish this morning. So we're just about to leave Willington. Reasonably quiet night, apart from the train line. First obstacle of the day. Blind left-hand bend under a bridge. Nothing coming. It started to rain. I think I might need to duck. Squirrel!
Morning! Just leaving Willington. Quiet night. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, we were just getting the boat ready to leave, and a subscriber walks past, Dave, with his dog Shyla. So thank you very much, Dave, for stopping and saying hello.
So we're heading south briefly on the Trent and Mersey. Our general direction's north, but
we're going south to Fradley Junction, and then we're going to turn north and head north up towards the Macclesfield.
So we'll see what today brings. You never know with us, do you? You never know what you're going to see, so stay tuned. Anything could happen.
So I'm inside drinking my coffee, stayed nice and dry, and Michael
No, it's fine, you stay inside, drink your coffee, keep in the warmth, don't worry about me.
What was that, dear?
Don't worry about me out here. No, you stay, no, it's fine, you drink your coffee, you in the dry. I'll just sit under the umbrella, get soaked. We've got shorts on.
I did offer to swap, but he's such a gentleman. He said, no, it's fine, you go inside in the dry and stay and drink your coffee. So no matter how much he complains, I did offer. There's a new speed limit being set on the canals.
Yeah, I can see this. It's a worry, because I know what you drive cars like. So knowing that we've got a new speed limit on the canal, this could cause me some concern. Shall we see what it is?
Do we think Border Reiver's up for it?
I don't know, we'll see. There's the speed limit. You need to put some gas on, our kid.
To go faster?
Go a bit faster, see if you can get up to that speed.
Hang on, okay.
No, I'm only joking.
So we've just got the first of the single locks on the Trent and Mersey Canal. We've not been in single locks for ages. I'll have to have a look because I can't remember. Yeah, so it's basically one narrowboat in at once, so it means we're not going to come across any wide beams. And it just takes a little bit longer to go through locks because you can't go in together. So there's a boat in the lock just leaving it, so I'm just going to have to turn the lock for Michael. Yeah, so this is Dallow Lane Lock. Look, skinny lock. And you can just see there's a boat just leaving there. So I'm just going to empty this lock. So there's two murals below the bridge, and they are by the artist Matt Reeves. I think he did them in 2007-8. Probably can't see this one. Oh yeah, there we go. And apparently Burton has got a strong association with swans. And obviously there's a couple of breweries here, the Bass Brewery being one of them. And the thing I've just realised is that we need both of the downstream gates open. So this is where lots of walking starts, because you've got to keep walking around the lock to open and close the gates. So exercise started.
That's a bit different.
How does that feel? That's really weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, single lock.
Yeah.
After all that time in double locks, yeah.
I know. And I was just thinking what I needed to do, because I need to open both gates, because otherwise you can't get in.
Yeah, skinny, everything's half size.
Yeah. Michael giving a helping hand. So Michael's just going to reverse in to the little marina. Shobnall Marina is where we are. I've just been to let them know that we're here, and the professional way is to go stern first, so no pressure whatsoever. Yeah, so it's going in there. Down there. Smashed it. So that's been a perfect pit stop. Look, covered tunnel. We filled it with diesel. So we took 90 litres. And we're just going to get some more blue for the toilet. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Michael did a fantastic job of reversing in there. Be clear. Right, just leaving Shobnall Marina. What a cute little place that is. Let's see if Captain gets out as expertly as he went in. The marina owner said that was expertly done. He thinks he might need a bit of bow thrust here once he's cleared the marina entrance. He should be pointing that way in a second. Nailed it. Expertly done, even though I say so myself. My first single lock for ages. Michael's just opened the lock gates and going in. We're moored. We got moored safely in Branston, and it is the home of the famous pickle. So I might go exploring for pickle later, but it's about to start raining again. What a stop-start day with rain and sun, and it's quite warm, quite muggy. Yeah, but it's just starting to rain now. That's where we've come from, and that is where the pub is. We made the right decision to stop. We weren't going to, we were going to go on for another hour or so, but then we thought, right, we'll stop. It's now absolutely throwing it down. Morning world. Morning, morning. It's a lovely day. We're in a bit of a queue. Got to the first lock, moored at Branston last night, and yes, it is Branston Pickle location. We're going to go down to NARROWBOAT I think that's how you pronounce it, which is just north of Fradley Junction, and about 5 miles and 5 locks today. That's the plan. The captain's doing the lock for the first lock, so yeah, I'm going to take us in there. So I've just come out of the first lock, and there's this really old working boat here. Got a really old British Waterways licence number, and you can see in the centre there's all where they would have carried all the goods. At the back of the boat is the boatman's cabin where him and his family would have stayed. You can see how small it is, smaller living space, and then the whole centre section here would be used for storage of goods and transportation of goods up and down the network. And then this would have probably been pulled by horses in times gone by, and the red post on the top there would have been used to attach the rope to for the horses to pull the boat. What a great piece of history, and in a stunning location.
It's got an engine in it now. You can see that obviously since in the olden days, it could be a replica, but it looks like an original working boat. But that would have not had the engine obviously being pulled by the horses. Subsequently it's had an engine fitted to it. But yeah, the whole of the family would have lived in the boatman's cabin. Mother, father, maybe a couple of 3 children. They had a stove in there and bunk beds for the kids to sleep in. And that was it. They used to just go up and down the waterways carrying goods, and that was their life, living on board.
You always said we were the good ones, like an 18-minute thriller movie.
Can you hear that noise? How noisy. So we're right alongside the A38, which goes a fairly major road that goes round Derby. And that's going to be staying with us for the next mile or so, I think, and then we'll head off west away from it. But it's really noisy. And again, when you're driving on these roads, you've no idea that there's a canal literally alongside you. Just swapped over jobs. I'm just going to help the boat that's in front of us through with this lock, and then Michael's just waiting back there. And I'll call him through on the walkie-talkie when we're ready. Look what I found, our first honesty box of the season. So they've got tomato plants, 125, and then they've got broccoli, they've got some eggs, and they've got some lettuce. I'll see what Michael thinks about getting some eggs for tomorrow. Do you want some eggs for breakfast?
What?
There's an honesty box up there with eggs in it. Might be nice, mightn't it?
Might be. Look what's here, Starbucks. Just past it, right by the side of the canal. I said to Jack, there's Starbucks here with somewhere to moor. You'll never guess what she said. I'm fine. I don't need one. Somebody call a doctor quick. There's obviously something seriously wrong with her. If we passed a coffee shop with a mooring and she's turned down the chance of a coffee, you and I know there's a problem.
Just about to leave the next lock, which is going to take us onto a really short river section between here and Alwas, which I'm still not certain I'm pronouncing correctly, so if you do know, just drop us a comment below and let us know. Oh, this is really pretty. This is a lovely little section. Yeah, I don't know whether it's the Trent actually. We were saying the other day we don't quite know where the source of the Trent is. Obviously we know it empties onto the east coast into the North Sea eventually. my turn for the lock. That was a nice little river section. I enjoyed that, and I think it was definitely the Trent. And you could see why you wouldn't want to go on it if there was any high water levels. It would definitely push you into the reeds. But all was good. Busy little section, because I think there's marinas on either side of this section, so people are coming to take the boats out for the weekend, particularly when the weather's so fantastic. Bit breezy, Captain?
Yeah, just a bit of a sideways cruising towards the lock. That was a bit of fun. So this is our mooring here, probably a quintessentially English mooring in a small village on a lovely day like this. Absolutely stunning. We've got a mooring here right next to the towpath, and there's a gateway here on the left. And through the gateway, just to complete the English setting, got a game of crown green bowls going on. There goes the yellow ball. I think they call that the jack, do they? And the idea is that the rest of them throw their balls and try and get near it. Ooh, that's pretty good. Pretty perfect setting by the canal. All good.
Morning. So, we're off. Not moved for a few days, and we're on our way to Fradley Junction this morning. It's not far, a couple of miles, but I think it's about 4 locks. So yeah, bit of activity, get the body moving, which is good. You know me and my exercise, and what it does for your mental well-being. Michael's just pushed off and on his way through, so I'm going to open the first lock. That's the prettiness that is the village of Alrawas. Lovely thatched cottages. There he is, he's there. And that's a very impressive tree. That's a very lopsided but impressive tree. Just met some lovely subscribers, enjoying the vlog. Yeah, really nice to meet people, and they've got a new puppy, so a few challenging times, but they're enjoying it. Yeah, lovely. Just out for a short cruise today they were. Look at the amount of bridge that's missing here. People have obviously given it a right whack when they've come in.
It's got rubber.
Oh yeah,
bouncy bits on the end.
Oh it has, yeah. Down here you can just see. He's in. First time ever Michael's had to get off the boat to help me in England with a lock, closing a lock gate. Oh look, we've just closed it and look what's happened. Joking. First lock of the day, Bagnall Lock. That was interesting. The lock gates were so hard to close, and every time I closed, well, I actually couldn't move them sufficiently to close them. So first time ever, as you saw Michael going back down the lock ladder. First time ever, Michael's had to get off the boat to help me in England with a lock, closing a lock gate. He had to get out and out of the boat and out of the lock and help me, and then just between the two of us we managed to get them closed, but then they opened again. And apparently if you've been through that lock before, well, drop us a comment, but you know how to do it.
So as you saw, it takes two of us to close one gate, then we ran round the other side to close the other gate. I said to Jack, quickly get the paddles open at the other end. As she's running up there, what happens?
Joking!
The gate starts to open again, so we have to do the whole process, and I had to get back off the boat, get out, and we had to do it all again. And then we just met another boat who was waiting to come the opposite way into the lock, and he said, it's always like that, it's been like that for years. He said the only way to do it is just to, at the same time as closing the gates, somebody's got to be on the paddle, and just the moment the gates close, whack the paddles open and get it going, otherwise they'll just bounce open again.
Really challenging if you're single-handed, really challenging, but yeah. So anyway, so our heart rates of, let's just say we've got the blood pumping around our bodies in the first lock.
So an update on last night, not too bad. Midnight, it just stopped.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go on again all night, but fortunately.
But there were fireworks as well, weren't there?
Yeah, there were. Well, fireworks usually indicate the end of something, don't they?
Yeah.
So when the fireworks came, I was reasonably heartened, thinking it might stop. And then, sure enough, at midnight-ish, it stopped. But yeah, Primal Scream were there apparently. It was called, what was it called?
Bearded Theory Festival.
Bearded Theory Festival, there you go.
Yeah.
So if you were at the Bearded Theory, it's not easy for me to say. If you were at the Bearded Theory Festival, you kept me awake on Thursday night, or the night before last. I'm only joking, we had a good time. Primal Scream, I wouldn't have minded a bit of that myself.
Right, next lock.
Yeah. Good job we get some sleep last night. Looks like we might have a busy day.
Right, let's see what happens with these cheeky lock gates. Let's see if Michael manages to get and keep them both closed. He's done. One of the other really good techniques we use is to stay at the front of the lock in these single locks, because there can be a huge amount of undercurrent, and if you're quite far back in the lock, it can suddenly throw the boat forwards at a really rapid rate, which I know sounds silly because you think, well, you're in an enclosed space, but you can suddenly find the boat hurtling, if a narrow boat can hurtle, forwards, so we tend to sit the boat quite at the front of the lock. The other thing to say about that is it also depends upon how much lock leakage there is at the front of the lock. Yeah, the boat just started to creep a little bit forwards there, and I'd only got one of the paddles up fully. So I've just taken it off slightly. There's a huge amount of lock leakage. You obviously don't want the bow too close to it because you could get water in the well deck, which you don't want. We've got lock keepers on today. Apparently there's 7 of them all the way up Fradley locks, which is excellent. Reasonably busy few locks. We've met a boat coming into the lock in every one we've done so far, and there's been a boat behind us.
Come straight in, Louise. Come straight in. Over.
We've got somebody else's channel there. It's like threading a needle. Look at the tunnel. The lock keeper that's looking after us is a viewer of the channel. So I said to him, I feel under immense pressure. I just need to get his name. I said I feel under immense pressure to bring the boat into the lock, okay? What lovely people we always meet. And we found a mooring spot, which is perfect. And it's near the cafe, which means I get to go for a coffee. Yay! Brilliant. Michael chatting away. We've not been on this part of Fradley Junction before. We've been through the next lock, and on the Coventry section we moored a couple of times as well. So this is a new bit for us. So I'm looking forward to this. So a big shout out to Mark, the lockie at Fradley Junction, at the Fradley Lock. Thank you ever so much. Huge help. Yeah, lovely to meet you. So we've just moored at Fradley Junction. Complete hive of activity. Lovely cafe behind me, which I think hopefully Michael's going to take me to for a cheeky coffee. Nice mooring. Going to be here for a couple of days, I think. And we're moored next to the Jambutty boat. Thanks. So it's all happening. Just nearly grounded the boat, trying to let a boat with a butto in a butty past. They sell lots of jams and chutneys and marmalades from the towpath. I found a magical little hut. It's beautiful. Just at Fradley Junction, this, just between the two Fradley locks opposite the cafe. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Look at this. How cute is this? Look. Oh wow. Oh, it's bird watching. Look at that. I can see the lake. How cute. Let's open one of these. What a magical little place. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us.
Side by side, our fears are done. All the good times just begun.